Hey y'all, new video here. Hope y'all are excited as I am. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new McFarlane Toys Flash movie wave that's coming out. And hopefully y'all have pre-ordered some stuff. I feel kind of bad for myself because I kind of missed out on some stuff. But it is what it is, you know what I mean? Hopefully we'll find some stuff in store. But let's get started. We're going to start off with the Batmobile here, the 2023 McFarlane Toys Batmobile that Todd McFarlane made. And this thing is really awesome, man. I can't say enough that, if you go to the Instagram video and see Todd McFarlane, showcasing this thing, he looks excited, guys. He doesn't look like, a boss just trying to put a product out. He looks like just a kid excited, to play with this thing. And it looks awesome. It looks really great. I do love the detail in it. And I do love that you could fit, any of your 7-inch figures in this thing, the other Batmans in this thing. That'll probably make some cool little scenes that you could put up on the shelf. And that'll be, this thing on the shelf is an eye catcher, especially with the Batmobile. I'm pretty happy that I was able to order the Michael Keaton figure with the cowl, and we'll take a look at that right now. But for one last look at the Batmobile, Todd did an amazing job again on this thing. I'm as excited as he is, to get it. And just the way it looks in lighting, I love the details on the rim, the silver, for the piping under the car. It does look like it's going to catch a bit of fingerprints and scratches, though, so you might want to be careful with it. And I could definitely see that thing going for easily from $60 retail for scalpers, being able to sell it from anywhere from 100 to maybe even 300. I'll probably see it on eBay for 150 to 250 most likely later on as they come out. But hopefully y'all get yours, and we'll finally move on to Batman here right now. Drum roll, please, for the fan favorite and most hyped one. But here we go with the Michael Keaton Batman figure. And I know some people have some gripes about this figure because some people think it doesn't look like Michael Keaton. Overall, I'm happy enough with it. I do love everything about it, except for the utility belt. The boots came out nice. The paint job came out nice. You can't go wrong with an all-black Batman suit. And I love that Tim Burton symbol, guys. That thing looks awesome on him. Only problem I have with this figure is that I just wish the utility belt was yellow like the classic Tim Burton film. But it is what it is, overall still great looking figure. I love what Todd did with this. Sculpted very nicely. And I really love that we get a real, cloth good cape. I find this much better over a sculpted, molded cape on a figure. Especially on Batman, I want to do stuff with the cape. I want to be able to move it around. And I know they did this so he could fit in the Batmobile more, accessibly, easier, whatever you want to call it. Some collectors might have an issue also with this because I know, they might not like how the cape sits on the shoulders unnaturally. But me, I really don't care. I think some people are just too picky. But look at that cowl, man. I love all those Bat-eccentric points that this guy has. Love the grapple gun and the batarang, nicely painted silver. God, I can't wait to get this guy. Very glad I pre-ordered him. Only thing I don't like is that, generic art style on the back of the box. I kind of wish they used a real image from the film. I think that would have been much cooler to have a real still image of Michael Keaton on the back. But it is what it is. And here's Michael Keaton's unmasked cowl. I'm sorry for laughing. I know this guy was to be expected. If you guys know Todd McFarlane, if there's a chance to make an extra figure, why not? Me, as the collector community, I would have preferred that this head sculpt would have came with the original figure. But beggars can't be choosers, right? It is what it is. And, same paint job overall. Nicely sculpted. Again, love the iconic bat symbol on the chest. And, not much to say else. He is in a nice little, ready to throw batarang pose. Maybe at the Joker, you guys. Maybe he comes back. We might not know. They are going through time, through, multiverses in the Flash movie. So, who knows what's to be expected. I'm excited. Let me know down in the comments down below if you guys are excited. I kind of am disappointed we won't get to see a live action, Thomas Wayne Batman, but Michael Keaton is a best, second option to go with to give us, a fresher story since we already got that story. But overall looks good. But, he's not going to look good to everyone. And I know some people in the comment section were a little bit griped that, another gold label, really. I know some of us are tired of gold labels. I don't really go after them myself. I'm not really like a chase variant type of guy, unless it's something I really, really want. But other than that, I think you get this guy at Walmart, I believe, or Target. I'm not quite sure. You might want to double check on that. But other than that, here we go with another generic, art style on the back. Again, do wish we got a unmasked, Michael Keaton for that product shot. I think that would have been much better. And some other issues that are to be expected with this figure is, I know Todd McFarlane likes to do his characters a bit stylized, and I know some, collectors don't like that comic book style done on their figures. They rather have a more accurate sculpt, but again, beggars can't be choosers, and we'll just have to deal with it for now. But moving on to the Affleck, Batman figure we have here. I was really hoping we would get that iconic gray and blue, suit, just like on the film. For the first time, Batfleck is going to be wearing that iconic gray and blue suit on screen. And I was really hoping we'll get this here with the figure, but I'm pretty sure the McFarlane team, for whatever reason, probably didn't know how the suit was going to come out looking in the final film. And that could be a reason why the lackluster and probably safer bet on all black and dark grays here for the Batman suit. And even though it doesn't look like Batman, and even though I'm a little bit disappointed by that, I do still kind of enjoy this head sculpt. I could see myself customizing this head sculpt for, a Thomas Wayne Batman figure, especially for the unmasked version I have. I would probably just pop this guy off and see if he fits, and, paint the eyes red and update him a bit. And looking at him, I really wonder how he's going to articulate. I feel like in hand, he'd probably feel a bit chonky and stuff. You know what I mean? Very heavy-handed a bit. But other than that, he looks good. I'm not sure that cut in the thigh is a thigh swivel. I wouldn't be surprised if there's not one. Just kind of looks like it for right now. But we'll see once we have the product in hand. And very broad-shouldered Batman. He looks like a brawler, just like Batfleck's version does. And especially in that warehouse scene in the Batman vs. Superman movie back in 2016, that was such a crazy, probably one of the best Batman scenes ever done. You really saw his vengeance in that scene. But here he is in box, looks decent enough. Back promo shot again. Again, man, I really wish they gave us a still, image from the film. That would have been way better than this. And now probably looking at one of, the best, Flash figures I've ever seen personally. Only because he's using that Michael Keaton suit. And probably in the film there's going to come a point where he's going to need one and takes an old one of his and probably redesigns it. But, you know what I mean? I think it gives it its own little flair, just a nice little different touch from what we're used to. But here he is, the Flash, with some of his accessories. And nothing out of the norm here. It is his electrical effects, his speed force effects, as you will. But overall looks pretty cool. Love the suit, man. I just really love this suit. Has its own little quirkiness about it. Here's the back. And pretty plain on the back, just a bit of black, yellow, but mostly red. And I do like that on this figure they went with a darker red. Unlike the other Flash figure, which has a, candy apple, hot car red going on. It just looks a bit too toyish and plasticky to me, if that makes any sense. But here he is, the Flash in a nice running pose, getting some good articulation there with his speed force effects. Looks very nice. And here we'll get a top, bottom to top view from his side. Again, nice paint job. I really dig this figure. Simple but well executed. Really can't wait to see, other companies take on this figure. And in my opinion, it does kind of look like the actor. It does look like Ezra Miller. There might be... The face might be kind of off due to the, the new cowl he's sporting, but it is what it is. And here he is in box with his accessories, nicely packaged. And again, like all the Flash figures, he's in a running pose. And here we are again, back of the box, This time with the Flash, he looks more accurate with this color scheme in the background. The Batman's kind of look a bit off, but here it looks like they put a bit more effort in his artwork. And here we are with the original Flash that we know from our universe, or, the main DCEU universe. But I'm not really digging this costume or this suit. I know they tried doing the Flashpoint suit, but I just think they overly designed it with all those, yellow bolts going all throughout his body. But I do like the, Speed Force effects he comes with, probably a bit more than the other Flash figure. It's just that this figure, it looks like a toy when looking at it. That's my only problem with it. And again, looking at this suit, through the Flash trailers, I'm not really digging it. Sometimes the helmet looks like a alien-shaped blob, and then in other scenes it looks decent. But, it's all up to preference, whichever you prefer. Besides my hiccups with this figure, I do think he's very nicely sculpted, and Todd did a great job on him. I do like the small bit of gold trimming on his suit, especially on the boots. That's really nice. Really makes it stand out a bit more. And again, we have this Flash figure in another running pose, just to show off his articulation. Maybe he's saving, maybe he's saving Cyborg. Maybe he's saving everyone, running through time, trying to hurrah his last moment. But we'll see in the film how that goes for him. But, despite, my little issues with the paint job on him, it's not a bad figure. I might actually pick him up, just looking at him more and more. I'm starting to like this figure a bit more and more, I'm not gonna lie. But here he is, nicely packaged again, and like all other Flash figures, in a running pose. And maybe he's running through Metropolis looking for Superman. Probably wants a rematch for that race he lost, Maybe he wants to see who's really faster than a speeding bullet. But now moving on, we'll take a look at that back promo shot. Here's the back promo shot, and I do like the Flash figures back promo shots way more. They just don't seem as rushed to me as the, some of the other figures in this wave. But, I'm still pretty pleased with what we're getting. And here we would have what many of you guys would think would be Lara Lane Kent, but it's not. It's actually OG Supergirl, OG Kara Zor-El. And I know, that may be a tough pill to swallow for some of y'all, but, I think the figure still came out looking great. I know maybe in the Injustice comics, Superman probably had a, dream or vision of the life he could have had with Lois. And this would have been their daughter if, Joker didn't end up drugging Superman, which led him to kill Lois Lane, thinking that she was Doomsday pregnant with their unborn child. But nice that this figure comes with a flight stand, that's given with any Superman or, Shazams or Green Lanterns we get. It's always nice to get a flight stand from McFarlane just to make them a little bit more dynamic on the show. And with this figure, we're not getting, a real fabric cloth good cape. We're sticking with a, molded, sculpted, plastic cape. And I'm pretty sure some people, or half of the collector community, would prefer that over the cloth good, just so they get that nice, natural creases around the shoulders. I'm a little bit iffy on the face sculpt, but you know what I mean? It is a figure, and some of these do seem a bit rushed out. So depending on how it looks in person compared to the promo shots that we got from McFarlane himself and the website and the Instagram team, we'll just have to wait to see and take a closer look. But overall, I really do like her. Simple, but, what would you expect from a Supergirl promo shot? Of course, her flying. Would have been nice if they gave her like a Metropolis, background or something. And here's a final look at the promo shot that Todd McFarlane gave us, or the McFarlane team gave us on Instagram. You get a pair of fisted hand and flight hands. And taking a closer look at that head sculpt, not really that bad. I do kind of wish they gave us, a red eye or lasered eye affected head sculpt. I think that would have been so cool and probably would have, added more value to the figure itself. But enough of her. And now taking a look at what y'all have all been waiting for, the Batwing itself. And this thing is massive, guys. It's going for about $250. It's a McFarlane Toys website exclusive, so you won't be able to get this in stores. And I can only imagine, what the scalpers are going to be selling it for on eBay. I could see this thing easily going for $500 and stuff, by resellers. But I could have definitely seen this thing go for 150, you know, probably lowest 130 at most. I do kind of feel like, you know, 250 is a bit too much, you know, definitely since we got that Batmobile for 60 to $70, except for Target, they're really, you know, price gauging that Batmobile for $100, I think, last time I checked. But you do get a nice display stand with this, you know, figure, and you do get a nice cool little card with it. I do think you're able to put that, you know, stand on the wall and have it hanging like the bat symbol, so that's a nice cool little touch you get out of it. And you can fit all your 7-inch, you know, Batman scaled or other scaled figures in this thing. And I'm pretty sure whatever you decide to put in it will look pretty fun and awesome. But moving on, I do kind of wish, you know, for the price that they're selling this thing, I kind of wish they gave us, you know, some rocket or flame or jet effects that would come out the back. I think that would have been nice. Or, you know, some light effects on this thing would have been nice also, especially because it's so big. You know, I'm pretty sure most of us would have this thing stationary. I highly doubt you're gonna want to be moving it, you know, especially for the price that it is. You definitely don't want to bang this thing up, you know. I know for me personally, stationary would probably be the best option, just to keep it nice and mint. And again, because I can see most people doing that, I do wish that they would have thrown in some extra, you know, bells and whistles, like, you know, maybe some sound effects or, you know, some lighting effects, just so it would give it more presence when you do finally have it set up in your house, or, you know, little, you know, man cave or getaway areas, whatever you'll call it. But overall, I do think it is an awesome addition to the wave, and I hope you were able to get it. These things sold out quick. But I wouldn't be worried too much. Todd does seem like the kind of businessman who want to make sure all his consumers are able to get their hands on one. So I wouldn't be worried about, you know, expecting a, you know, re-up on these bat wings. I'm pretty sure we'll get more soon, and I'll try to keep y'all posted when that is. But, you know, coming to ending the video soon, I do think that it's awesome that Todd McFarlane has been able to give us a Batmobile for $60 to $70 and a Batwing for not $350. You know, those flame effects weren't worth that $350. I don't know what Hasbro or HasLab was trying to do with that Ghost Rider figure, but that's one of the gripes I have. You know, you have other companies gauging prices, you know, for plastic, and they want to make excuses that plastic prices are going up, when in reality, guys, you know, they just want to make characters that are already hard enough to get even harder to get. And I'm not here for it, you know what I mean? I'm not here for my daughter to go something that to me seems like it's not gonna have or add any value to my life personally. I like to get the value out of my dollar, which I'm pretty sure most of you are also want the same thing for yourselves. But I'm gonna end the video here, guys, and thank y'all for watching. Hope to see y'all soon. Definitely want to know down in the comments what y'all think about the video. Definitely want to know what y'all are adding to your collection, or any of the figures you guys want to pick from this wave. Definitely let me know in the comments, and definitely let me know if you're gonna see the Flash movie. I really want to hear your thoughts on the trailer, you know, talk to y'all about it, really get to know the community a bit more. And I really appreciate y'all's time, and I'll catch you guys later.